I received my first ever advanced reader copy of a book, aka an ARC copy, which I'm very excited about, and it is the debut novel of one of the girls in my writing group, so today is going to be a reading vlog, which I believe is the first one I've ever done, at least the first one in a long time, but it's this, Iron Rose by Abigail O'Bryan. It's a clean YA romance retelling of Beauty and the Beast. I also just earlier today pre-ordered my hardcover because I'm going to have Abigail sign it for me when I get it, when the book officially comes out, which I'm super stoked about. I took too long making this video. The book is out. I will leave an Amazon link to it down in the description box below, but you can also request it at your library or your local indie bookstore. But before I start actually reading this book, let's read the back cover. There is no future for Lydia Brightwood. The Crimson Lord, a tyrant bent on destroying Lydia's country, made sure of that. Her only hope of a different life is to find the one person who could unite her country, a royal heir. There's just one problem. They're all dead. The beast's humanity is slipping away. Shut away from the world by a horrible secret, Adam watches the destruction of his homeland from the ruins of a fortress, all while holding the devastating truth in his chest. It's his fault. Fates interwoven, Lydia and Adam's paths cross in the ruins of the north, where they must choose if they will fall to the curse or, together, rise to their destiny. A dark, lush, and triumphant reimagining of Beauty and the Beast. And it's not on this copy because it would be under this, but on the official cover and, the official book, Abigail got an endorsement from Marissa Meyer. So, that all being said, I'm very, very, very excited to read this book. I'm so excited to see her book, be able to hold this thing that she's been working on for so long. And I have not read any of her work yet, so I'm super excited to get into this. And I've never done a reading vlog, so let's check it out. I'm already hooked. I just finished chapter 1, but I got chills at the end of the prologue and at the end of chapter 1, and I cannot wait to keep reading. I do not often mark up my books, but I had to pull out a highlighter for this one because even though I'm only on chapter 2, there have been several sentences that have jumped out at me as just being so incredibly strong on their own and gave me the chills. And I think I said that when I was outside, but I got the chills at the end of the prologue and at the end of the first chapter, and then I had to come back. I wanted to stay outside, but I had to come back inside to get a highlighter because I knew that I needed to highlight these amazing sentences, which again, I'm very impressed because I do not mark up my books. But I also know that this is an ARC copy and I already pre-ordered the hardcover, so I know that I will already have a pristine book. So maybe that's part of why I'm okay with marking this one up, but so good so far. I literally had to text her because I don't get chills when I'm reading. I don't laugh out loud. I don't cry when I'm reading, but the fact that I got chills, I had to text her and just tell her that because I was so impressed. So I was just reading out by the pool a little bit and I came across some more lines that I just freaking adore, and I wanted to share one of them with you guys if I can find it again. I want to say this again. I'm being very careful. I'm not going to spoil anything in this book, but there was just a really good line of writing that I wanted to share. Oh, this is it. It's on page 23, and it says, "It felt appropriate to see it outlined in blood." This book is so good so far, and it's so much fun to know the author. Hello, sorry. It's a better angle. It's so much fun to, first of all, love a book, and then also know that I love the person that wrote this book. And I just can't believe one of my friends wrote this book and that I'm holding it. I feel so proud of her. I can't wait to keep reading it. I'm now this far, not very far at all yet. It is now the release day for Iron Rose, so I'm getting picked up in a few minutes. We're gonna head to the bookstore for Abigail O'Brien's debut novel book release party and the after party at the wine bar next door. I am so freaking excited. This necklace, I told myself I was gonna wear to my book signing, and I hopefully still will in the future, but it feels too special of an occasion not to wear this today. Weird lighting, but it always is in this corner. I'm now back at my apartment after the release party of Iron Rose. I mean, it's the first author release party that I've been to, and it was so cool that it was one of my friends and the girl that started my writing group and the one that invited me to that writing group. And I just feel so warm and fuzzy right now. First of all, it's just cool to watch your friends do cool things. It just felt so cool. Oh, I'm so incredibly proud of Abigail. And I'm also just so incredibly excited for my own works and to eventually publish my book someday. I'm working towards it, but it just felt so cool. And I dressed up like the cover of the book, and I can't wait to finish reading the book. Public speaking makes me nervous, and so I have so much admiration for how calmly and how just solidly she handled speaking in front of this bookstore full of people. Abigail just posted on her stories that they actually had to turn people away from the event because of how many people showed up, which is insane. And then I asked one of the booksellers how the turnout was based on other events and whatnot, and she said that that was the biggest that they've received for a debut author, and that it was also way bigger than the crowds that have shown up for more established multiple time authors. So Abigail has done everything she can to put herself out there, market herself, pull together her support group, and I'm just I'm so proud of her, and it's been so cool to have her in my writing group, and it's been it's just been so incredibly inspiring. And if I choose to take footage of this, you guys will see it in a video, but if not, I will say so here on the screen. But she has another event. Today's Tuesday. This upcoming Friday, she has another event with 3 or 4 other authors. And she's going to be doing a panel at another bookstore here in Utah called Women Who Write Worlds. And I volunteered to MC, which freaks me out because I don't like public speaking, but at the same time, it is a very excited scared. And so I think that I need to just lean into it and have a good time. But I'm also not who people would be going for because I'm not one of the authors. And so it's kind of the perfect situation to practice public speaking because I am in a supporting role. Eyes aren't on me, they will be on the authors. And I just get to enjoy and help facilitate this panel for one of my friends, and then also get to meet some more Utah authors, which would be really cool. So that's how this is going so far. I'm probably actually gonna read some more pages before I go to bed tonight. So I said I would present or be the MC. I'm nervous, but I feel cute. I feel ready. I'm wearing my dragon necklace. I have not worn any of my office clothing since I left an office job 3 years ago, but here we are.
Heavy question. I have a... So because I do fairy tale retellings.
Ooh, you're an in-between.
Amazing.
Yes. Caffeine or no caffeine? Let's do caffeine first. And no caffeine. Okay, do both. I don't care. Are you a fast writer or a slow writer? The fast writers, raise your hands. Is everybody a slow writer?
What causes fast?
I don't know what that... I feel slow. I don't know what that means.
That might just be writing in general, honestly. Okay, well, the panel tonight went really well. It was so much fun to MC something and get to talk to 5 other female Utah authors. I did end up buying a book from each of the 4 authors there that I had not met before, because obviously I already own Iron Rose, which is Abigail O'Bryan, and she's the one that put together this event. The book that I'm literally reading in this video. And because I already had her sign it, when I went to her release party a couple days ago, I this time had her sign chapter 1. So I think we're gonna keep that up and just keep having her sign the chapters as I continue going to her events. But I also got a book from each of the other authors that were there. So we have Well of Ida by KB Benson. We have The Befallen by Cambria Williams. We have Emerald of the Sea by Kimberly Pearl. And that's a bookmark that just fell out. Cute. All of the authors also had swag there, which was cool. So I got a couple bookmarks and some other stuff. And then the last book is The Sanded Soul by Tori Lundell. So I have a whole new stack of books that I'm so excited to read. But now back to Iron Rose. I am going to get Iron Rose signed for the 3rd time at Fan X today. Iron Rose has absolutely become like my by the pool read, and I feel like that's what's taking me so long to finish it, is because that's when I read it. But you know, we're taking this out to the pool again. Wow, excuse the sunglass marks, but one of the things that I've really been loving about this book is Abigail's writing style. Like, I find myself smiling every couple of pages. And I found an example I wanted to share with you guys. He made fun of her, but he also always treated her like a lady. And ladies didn't punch people, or at least that's what the general consensus seemed to be. And I just like find myself smiling, and I'm very much enjoying this book. I finished it. I really enjoyed the ending of Iron Rose. And I enjoyed the rest of the book, but obviously, like, I read this over the span of months. I was kind of like in a reading slump. I just like wasn't making time for reading, especially after we got into winter and I wasn't reading out by the pool anymore. But I loved reading this book. I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. And that's me trying to be really unbiased with knowing the author. I am glad that I know her, because this is likely not something that I would have picked up on my own, but I'm really happy I read. I was recently talking to my mom and she was asking me like what books I had read recently, and I recommended Iron Rose and she finished it in 3 days and she loved it. I'm gonna tell Abigail that I finished it the next time I see her, and I'm going to tell her that my mom loved it, and I hope you guys choose to check it out. There is a link to find the book down in the description box below, but you can also support your local small bookstore by requesting the book through them, or they might already have it. I'm also so excited that my network of Utah authors is growing, like local authors in my area is growing, and I'm so excited to get to go to more book events. I'm actually going to one in 2 days from finishing up this video, and I hope you guys choose to check out some in-person book events too, because they're so much fun. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Go check out Iron Rose by Abigail O'Bryan. Happy reading, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.